In the rap game, snitches certainly do get stitches. But what happens to those who snitch on themselves? From exposing their crimes in lyrics to spilling the tea on live, here are rappers who snitched on themselves. YNW Melly. YNW Melly may be facing life behind bars or even worse, the death penalty, and it all started from his hit song, Murder on My Mind. Melly was on track to become one of rap's up-and-coming stars. That was until he was taken to the cell for double homicide in February of 2019. You see, two of Melly's closest friends and founders of the YNW gang, YNW Sack Chaser and Juvie, had their lives taken in October of 2018. Melly and the fourth member of YNW, Bortlin, originally claimed the two were targets in a drive-by shooting. However, authorities claimed there's enough evidence in Melly's music to prove him and Bortlin as the suspects. Recently, the trial had taken a wild turn. At first, things were looking good for the rapper as he was seen smiling in court. Fans believed that he could be off the hook, but more evidence came out and Melly appears to be in huge trouble. According to reports, YNW Bortlin had powder residue on his hands and changed his clothing when he dropped off Sack Chaser and Juvie at the hospital. Bortlin and Melly were the only two men seen in the vehicle with them, but the evidence sparked from the song Murder on My Mind, where Melly seemingly admits he took the life of his friend. He raps the lyrics, "I didn't even mean to shoot him. He just caught me by surprise. I reloaded my, cocked it back, and him twice. His body dropped down to the floor and he got teardrops in his eyes." The evidence continues to stack up on Melly, and from the looks of it, he could be guilty. Young Thug. Thugger is in some hot water after he was hit with several gang and RICO related charges last year in Georgia. The case includes many incidents dating back from 2013 to 2022. Those believed to be involved in the case include Young Thug and 28 members of the YSL gang. But it turns out all the evidence was written in his lyrics. As prosecutors aimed to prove the rapper's involvement in the YSL gang, they cited a few of Thug's tracks in which he details his relationship to the group. The indictment includes lyrics from 9 of Thugger's songs, including Sky, Slatty, Bad Boy, and many more. In the track Slatty, Thug raps the lines, "I killed his man in front of his mama, like little bruh, sister, and his cousin. I shoot out, kill him, not leaving a trace." Additionally, the rapper seemingly boasts about being involved in the crimes in his 2018 track Anybody, rapping, "I never killed anybody, but I got something to do with that body." Young Thug has since been denied bail 3 times and the case is still ongoing. Fulton County Attorney Fannie Willis stated,
"If you decide to admit your crimes over a beat, I'm gonna use it. Don't confess to crimes on rap lyrics if you do not want them used, or at least get out of my county."
While the trial is still going on, it's evident that Thug made a huge mistake by essentially snitching on himself in his songs. 6ix9ine. Tekashi 6ix9ine has become famous for all the wrong reasons. From trolling to snitching on himself and friends, he's made a name for himself as one of the most hated rappers in the game. Throw it back to November of 2018, where 6ix9ine and 4 of his associates were taken to the cell and charged with federal RICO and firearm charges. The rainbow-haired rapper was allegedly a part of the 9 Trey gangsters, a set of the Blood Gang. And although he denied his involvement at first, 6ix9ine eventually started to cooperate with authorities, snitching on himself and others. He started off by confessing that he tried to have a fellow rapper's life ended. 6ix9ine said that he offered $20,000 for a hit on Chief Keef. 6ix9ine's lyrics were also used against him in court. Authorities claimed that his music contained evidence of organized crimes and his involvement in the 9 Trey gang. Well, it looks like that was enough to scare 6ix9ine, because after the evidence was revealed, he went on to rat on his entire gang and even named specific members involved in the Chief Keef incident. The craziest part is, Tekashi would be let off the hook after admitting to everything. Tay K. Infamously known for his one-hit wonder, The Race, Tay K has one of the most insane snitching stories ever. Back in 2017, Tay K went viral for his track The Race, which ultimately detailed his entire life on the run, as well as his involvement in taking the life of 21-year-old Ethan Walker during a home invasion in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. And while Tay K was not the suspect who pulled the trigger, he was involved in robbing the victim's house. Prosecutors used both the lyrics and the music video from The Race as evidence against Tay K in court. The song summarizes Tay K fleeing house arrest by cutting off his GPS-enabled ankle bracelet before tweeting out, "This house arrest. 12, they gonna have to catch me on hood." Tay K released The Race shortly after he escaped from house arrest. In the song, the rapper allegedly admits why he fled and his participation in the crime, all while carrying a firearm. For over 3 months, Tay K had been committing even more crimes while running from the feds. He allegedly robbed a 65-year-old in Arlington, Texas in May of 2017. but eventually the cops found Tay K after tracking him down via social media, where he supposedly shared his location. The rapper is now facing life in prison. Not a great trade-off for a one-hit wonder, if you ask me. Bobby Shmurda. Bobby Shmurda is well known for his hit track Hot Boy, as well as his long-lasting prison sentence. But similar to Tay K, Bobby was placed in cuffs for committing crimes while he was on the come-up. Additionally, the evidence stems from his music as well. The rapper would release his hit single Hot Boy in August of 2014 and was arrested shortly after on a slew of charges. Bobby was convicted of conspiracy to take another's life, reckless endangerment, and firearm charges. See, cops had previously spotted Shmurda waving a firearm in his apartment back in 2011, but his music video and track for Hot Boy was the icing on the cake. After a long legal battle, the rapper eventually accepted a plea deal for 1 count of third-degree conspiracy and 1 count of firearms possession. Shmurda was sentenced to 7 years in the cell, and in February of 2021, he was finally freed. But it took Bobby snitching on himself to avoid time in prison and the foreseeable future. DaBaby. DaBaby seems to always be involved in some sort of controversy. From his outlandish comments at Rolling Loud to multiple arrests, he's now become known for all the wrong reasons. But back in 2018, DaBaby actually snitched on himself in his own lyrics. The rapper was taken to prison after allegedly taking the life of a man outside a Walmart in North Carolina. DaBaby claims he never pulled the trigger, but cops found firearms inside his vehicle connecting him to the incident. Shortly after he was convicted, DaBaby tried to get out of it, releasing a single masterpiece where he specifically mentions the event. I don't know what went down at that Walmart. I don't know what happened on that freeway. Okay, there go DaBaby, he back now. Run it back, hey bitch, turn that on replay, he raps on the track. Somehow, he was only charged with possession of a firearm. Whether or not the court used his lyrics against him is unknown, but it does seem like he was making excuses for what happened. Rich Homie Quan. Rich Homie Quan originally gained recognition for his hit track Type of Way, as well as his association with Young Thug and the Rich Gang. After dropping out of college, Rich Homie Quan secured a job at an airport and began rapping on the side, but things went downhill after he was fired from his job and committed his life to the streets. The rapper ended up serving a 15-month sentence for burglary. After he was released from the cell, he started taking music seriously, but just as his career was starting to take off, Rich Homie Quan would once again find himself in trouble with the law after his lyrics sparked controversy. In 2015, hundreds of Quan's unreleased music was leaked by a hacker. Among them was a track titled I Made It, featuring Young Thug. In the track, Quan raps, I don't want you, I just want the cooch from her, how you gonna tell me no? Many connected these lyrics to a possible assault on a woman, and Rich Homie Quan found himself in deep trouble. The rapper claims it was a mistake and the bar was never supposed to leave the studio. However, a few weeks later, another track was leaked with even more evidence backing up the assault allegations. In the song Day One, Quan raps, chances ain't if you don't take one, mansion full of butter one. Quan continuously denies his involvement in assault, claiming he was young and stupid when he wrote those lyrics. Luckily, no woman came forward accusing him of anything. But for now, he's on thin ice because those lyrics might just be enough to put him in the cell someday. There's nothing rappers hate more than snitches, but many are snitching on themselves without even knowing. Let us know in the comments which story was the craziest to you. And don't forget to leave a like and subscribe because we're dropping videos left and right that you're not going to want to miss. So be sure to smash that like button, subscribe, and ring that notification bell to stay up to date on all things rap.